Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. In our traditional society, parent encourages their kids to go to college to get good grades and a high-paying job, which they consider the path to becoming rich. However, the author, Robert T. Kiyosaki, argues that our traditional schooling system misses the most important subject of all, called financial literacy. Much of our financial education inherits from parents, not from school. If a person was a child of poor parents, they would end up with poor financial education. In this book, the author explains 6 significant financial lessons essential to becoming rich that he learned from his friend's dad, whom he referred to as Rich Dad. Lesson number 1: Rich don't work for money. In the real world, people who work for money end up as a poor and middle-class category, and the people who make money to work for them become rich. The two primary emotions of humans, fear and greed, differentiate the poor from the rich. The fear of not paying bills, losing a job, and comfortable life makes many among us work for money, ultimately leading to the life of the poor/middle class. A few among us handle these two emotions and make use of their financial education to become rich. Lesson number 2: Why we teach financial literacy, or why we need financial literacy. We might have seen lottery winners, sports persons, reality show winners, and film stars ending their lives with poverty despite their massive wealth in their initial careers. So, how much money you make doesn't matter, but how much you keep, which requires financial literacy. The habit of money spending differentiates the 3 categories of people, that is poor, middle class, and rich. Those with only spending habits become poor, and who buy liability by assuming them as assets become middle class. Whereas the rich always buy the assets, which can generate wealth without their presence or hard work. The liabilities are mortgages, car loans, credit card debt, and school loans, and the assets are real estate, stocks, bonds, etc. Suppose the money generated by your assets is equivalent to your monthly expenses for your lifetime. In that case, you are a wealthy person, though not yet rich. Lesson number 3: Mind your own business. People get confused with their daytime job with their business. Most people work for their employer, the government, taxes, and the bank's mortgages. A job always makes your employer or government or bank rich, not you, and your business will make you rich. The poor and middle class buy the luxuries first with their hard-earned money. The rich people buy the luxuries with the money generated by their assets. By keeping your daytime job, reducing expenses or liabilities, and purchasing assets like stocks, bonds, income-generating real estate, you can move from the poor or middle-class category to the rich. Lesson number 4: The history of taxes and power of corporations. An individual working hard can get a higher pay scale. Higher the pay scale, the higher the tax rate. But rich people use corporations to reduce their tax rates. The tax rate paid through a corporation is less than the individual tax rate. By forming a corporation, the rich spend pre-taxed income and pay tax for the leftover money. On the contrary, individuals pay the tax first, then they can only spend the remaining money. The rich pay more money to the accountant and lawyers to reduce their tax rates, because that money is far less than they need to pay to the government. Moreover, the governments provide incentives to the rich people by reducing the tax rates to generate jobs and infrastructure. The government's only source to drive the tax revenue is middle-class high-paid professional people. The rich increase their financial intelligence by constantly improving 4 critical technical skills, namely 1. Accounting, 2. Investing, 3. Understanding the markets, and 4. The law. Lesson number 5: The rich invent money. Authors strongly debate that with well-developed financial skills, one can generate money without having money. Most of us think money is real, but, the author says, money is not real, it can be generated with a well-trained brain. To support his argument, he explained his own experience with an example. The author bought a $75,000 house for $20,000 by shopping at a bankruptcy attorney's office, using a $20,000 loan from his friend. He sold the same house for $60,000 by running ads stating that a $75,000 house is sold for $60,000. He did all these in 5 hours without money from his pocket. Lesson number 6. Work to learn, don't work for money. Traditional society believes that to get high pay and promotion, one should become a highly skilled professionalist like doctors, lawyers, pilots. But the problem is, skilled professionals can lose their value if they switch from their industry to other. For instance, the amount of paycheck received by a pilot will diminish a lot if they move from a pilot job to a teaching job. Many talented, intelligent, and hard-working people focus their energy on improving their professional skills for a particular industry so that they can work for money. A person who gets more specialized in a specific sector will be more stuck and hinge on that specialization/skill. Rather than expertising with one skill, the rich always try to acquire many financial skills and learn about many different areas of business. Rich works to understand the important skills like management of people, cash flow, and expertise in marketing and sales. Overcoming the obstacles. The author says, just only attaining financial skill are not adequate to become rich. With well-gained financial skills, one should overcome fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance. Fear of losing money makes most of us not invest. The rich try to manage the anxiety and invest their money. Losing money inspires the rich, and it never defeats them. Rich always overcome doubts, and they never rely on non-expert recommendations on investing. The rich know that the unchecked doubt and fear of losing money are expensive. The poor keep themselves busy without investing, which makes them lazy. The rich never become lazy when it comes to investing.